Hey, dude. What's up, brother?
Yeah. Take that.
Yeah.
How was that? Recognition.
Yeah, move with it. Move with it.
So y'all have been asking for a show that is not Richard Branson or Brene Brown or Tim Ferriss. Someone's been doing this for their whole life. Someone who's on the come up. Tyler Babin. You may be aware of his work online. If you're not, you have to check it out. You want to give a 10-second, 20-second summary?
What's up, guys? So my name's Tyler Babin, and I'm a filmmaker from New York City. Here sitting with a personal hero of mine, Mr. Chase Jarvis. And we're talking about taking action and finding inspiration through doing.
This is an awesome full circle moment.
What's up, Creative Live? My name's Tyler Babin, and I'm an 18-year-old photographer from Tallahassee, Florida. I'd be honored to learn directly from the source this November in Seattle, and really hope to hear from you guys soon. Thank you.
I think all tethered now.
When I was 18, it was the first time I came to this studio here in Seattle. It was the first trip I had taken away from home. I'd only been on a plane a few times in my life at that moment.
Maybe we play with the jacket just a little bit more, just like flip it around.
And I came here and I learned about fashion and beauty portraiture by a guy named Matthew Jordan Smith, who's a really incredible fashion photographer. It was the first time someone had sort of seen a level of potential in the photo and video work I was doing. And so after 3 days being in this class with Matthew, he sort of looked at me at the end of it and said,
And you need to get to New York. Yeah, it's time for you to assist.
Definitely that, I always say, that kind of like kick-started where my career started like really kind of rolling. Just kept building a portfolio and learning and learning and learning. And then I was watching every single like CJ Live you did, just sort of like consuming. And this guy named Gary Vaynerchuk walks in one day. I'd never heard of him before. And I was like, cool, I'll give it a listen.
I think people that follow me or watch me hear hustle, hard work, all this. Listen, if you want tremendous work-life balance, then great, good for you. Where I get upset is people cry about the government or the economy or some other horse shit when they're playing Madden on the Xbox for 3 hours a day and are on the bowling team and are drinking at a brew pub each weekend and, you know, I mean, if you like what you have, and then I have friends that are crushing it, doing extremely well, making lots and lots of money, and they're complaining, we'll get together for drinks and they're like, oh man, I'm not, you know, I'm so tired and I'm like, so work less. I mean, you're fully in control. And so the only thing I don't like is people complaining. I don't care what you decide, but just, you know, own your thing.
And then flash forward 3 years, Gary and I worked together. I worked sort of as a creative director of sorts, designed book covers, made vlogs, basically anything creative in his world that he needed. I stepped in and took over. And then just walked away from that crazy run about a month ago and doing a residency now with Adobe.
Okay, and for those people at home who don't know, what is it?
So it's a very new program. It's like 5 years old. Adobe picks a handful of creatives every year, gives them a salary and health benefits and everything you can imagine, really taking away all the financial friction, and all you do is focus on personal passion projects for the year.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
What does that mean when you wake up every day? Like, there's no like timeline or deliverable that says, there's no one saying, did you do a video today? Because you know, the residency is, you got the job.
Yeah.
So what's that like?
Yeah, that's been like the lesson I've learned in the process. I was so excited. Like, I remember the last 2 weeks at Vayner, I was like, cannot wait. Day one, I'm gonna wake up cranking out so many videos. I'm gonna make so much stuff. I'm starting a podcast, doing a documentary. I'm doing all of it. Day one, I woke up and I had no idea what the fuck to do. Like nothing. Like I sat down and I was like, all right, what's the great idea for today? And it wasn't there.
This is the part of the day I'm always scared of, because it can go one of two ways. Sometimes I can sit down at this desk and immediately go into flow and just make creative ideas all day long with no interruptions. It feels like those days are few and far between. Most of the time I'm sitting in this room and it seems like I have no idea what to make. Alexa, what should I make today?
Okay, I recommend the top recipe called sugar-coated pecans.
No, Alexa, no, that's not what I meant.
And I would say the first like week and a half was, I mean, I just sort of sat in my room like daydreaming, trying to ideate on what I should start making, and there was nothing really there. That sort of threw me for a loop because it was just not at all what I expected. And then I started sort of putting myself in a box and giving myself a little bit more of a container that I had to work in. Every day I have to pick up the camera and just start filming, and I don't have to know what the story for that day is or what video I'm trying to create. I just pick up the camera and I start recording and I start talking to it. And if I do it for long enough, eventually things start to frame out. So those days happen every single day, and they're not going to slow down, but at least I have the formula now to work with those days and not be paralyzed by them.
And be clear, what's the formula?
Start. Just start. Just pick up something and start capturing and figuring it out. Because like you're only going to find inspiration through action.
Spoken.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say before we get back to these margaritas?
I mean, I'm pretty focused on the margarita at the moment.
All right, I think that about wraps it up. Those folks at home, like, hey. Congrats, bud. It's a really inspirational story. Super psyched for you. Way to make shit happen.
Thank you, bud.
For those folks at home, see you again hopefully tomorrow.
I'm making moves.